Hey, welcome back to Snapbolt Games. My name is Max, and we got another Pauper League, and I'm going to be playing some red-green Ponza-less, or not quite Ponza-less because I'm playing two Acid Moss in the main. I know it looks weird, but anyway, I'll get into the list and then we'll get into some games. My channel is youtube.com/snapbolt. Go check it out. There's a link down below to subscribe. Below that, there's a link to go to the channel. I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe. Helps me out. If you like the content, please do. If you like this video, throw a like on it. And let's just get right into it. I don't want to say too much. All right, what is this deck? This is Ponza. It's kind of a Ponza shell, but we're not playing that much land destruction. So we're basically a red-green mid-range deck. Base green, just splashing some red cards. So our mana is pretty good. We're pretty explosive. And we don't have that much land destruction, like I said. The reason is because land destruction isn't that great in the meta right now. And I'd rather play like creatures that draw cards for the most part than play like Thermokarst. And Asimos, I'm not the biggest fan of. I know it's fine. Could be correct to play four main, but against a lot of decks that are popular, like Walls, Elves, Storm combo, land destruction just really doesn't do anything in those matchups. So I don't think I want to have it in the deck at all. Um, okay, what else are we playing? We're playing the classic ramp package of 4 Arbor, 4 Utopia Sprawl, 4 Wild Growth, 4 Bolt. Then our creature suite, of course, the 8 Cascaders, as you would expect. This is like basically what the deck is about. You play like a bunch of these Cascaders, you're good against counter spells, you create a lot of value with these. You also create a lot of value with Pulse of Marasa, because if they're killing or countering these Cascaders or these creatures that draw cards, Pulse of Marasa is a really strong way. It also is good at stabilizing because of the gain 6. And then, of course, 4 Bonders on it. That's pretty much the deck. Pretty straightforward. A bunch of creatures that draw cards, bunch of Cascaders, ramp, little removal package, and 4 Bolt. I think Bolt is better than Scred or any other options. And 4 Bonders Ornament. I know Bonders Ornament can add any color, so can Sprawl, but I think just the straight red-green version like we're playing here is solid. So it's better on the mana, and I don't know if you need more colors really. I think this deck is strong. In the sideboard, we have triple Pyroblast, 2 Grudge, 2 Blow Your House Down. I mean, Defenders is probably our worst matchup. It's like it's so hard to win that matchup, and I think double Blow Your House Down gives us a chance. Pretty funny card, but this basically just kills 3 of their defenders for 3 mana. And I think if you cast one of these, then it gives you a shot to win. 2 Cannonades, 2 more Acid Mosses when we want the land destruction against something like Boros Bully, where they have a bunch of bounce lands, or Tron. Double Calming Verse, we can bring this in against like Mono White Auras or whatever. I think this is the best option because you just basically tap all your lands, cast this, and then you just destroy all enchantments you do not control. So that's pretty sweet. And then a couple weathers. So pretty straightforward deck. This deck is fun. It's explosive. Fun to cast some dinos and some boarding parties. So let's just get right into it. See you in round 1. Oh, okay. This is round 1. We're against, I don't know how to say this, Tarmogoyf Ida. And I've seen this player on Twitter. They've played a lot of land destruction themselves, but they also play other lists. But mostly I've seen them on land destruction. So, I mean, we're not that great in the land destruction mirror because we don't have that much land destruction, which is actually good in this matchup. But we can still do fine. Um, okay, yeah. Nice to meet you, Tarmogoyf. Let's see. I think this is just a mulligan. We can turn 2 for Telepack Mate, but with only 1 land, I think we're just supposed to ship this. All right, I'm gonna keep this. This hand's not perfect, but I'm gonna keep. What do I put back? I'm kind of just gonna put them on land destruction. I think I should keep the bolt. I could put back Dino, just because I'm so far away from casting it, but that's like the most power that my hand has, and I have 5 mana sources already. They kept 7. I don't want to put back Bolt. Can't put back Arbor. Can't put back a land. Could put back a Visionary. I think putting back Dino is the less greedy line, so I think I'm gonna go for it. Also, I think I've seen them posting other lists, so I don't know if they're gonna be on land destruction. So we'll see. It's funny if I haven't played like Ponza in a long time and then I end up playing some type of mirror. All right, let's see what they're on. We'll probably know from the first turn. Darksteel Citadel. Okay. Chromatic Sphere. So this is just Affinity. Oh, I have seen them playing some Affinity too. Okay, interesting, interesting. Ooh, Acid Moss. Can't cast it yet, and they have an indestructible land. I can play a Bonder's Ornament. I don't want to cycle this Ash Barrens. I think I'm just going to have to play it out. I could just play a Visionary. I think just playing Visionary is good. I'm gonna do that. I get to draw my card right now. This has Summoning Sickness where this doesn't. This just puts a body into play. I don't need to deploy Ornament yet, I don't think. We'll see what they do. If I played Ornament, I would get to leave up Bolt, but I think, oh wow, another Darksteel. That's annoying for me because I can't play a Acid Moss into one of those. I can just deploy Bonders though, so it's fine. Thoughtcast here. Oh no, the 1/1. Okay, I can just bolt that. Another Visionary is actually pretty nice. Let's see. I can go. This is actually a pretty sick line, so I can go land, ornament, and then just play another Visionary, ignore their creatures. I mean, I could also bolt this, but then I don't get to deploy a second Visionary, which I think I actually would rather do. I mean, maybe bolting this is better. Obviously cannot Acid Moss here. It's kind of unfortunate that they led double Darksteel. Do I care about taking 3? And I think I do, but at the same time, I think I also value just using my mana efficiently and playing a 3-drop, drawing a card, making more mana. I can just trade this for a Frogmite. Yeah, I can just bolt the Ardent Recruit next turn. It does suck that I have to take 3, but I mean, that's not a bad turn 3. On turn 3, I have 2 Visionaries in play, a Bonder's Ornament, 3 lands, Arbor Elf. I can kill this land here and bolt next turn. If they attack with both, I'm going to snap off a block. They could just play like a Pathetic Prism or something here. All right, like I said, I just take it. So I'm happy with this line. It seemed to work out well. Ooh, Boarding Party. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana potentially. I do want to Acid Moss this, but also just getting a Boarding Party down is solid. But killing their blue source, they don't have colored mana other than this. So I think it's worth it just to Boarding Party next turn. Let's just go land. Acid Moss that. Get the 1 Highland Forest. And then I could attack with both of these. I do want to bolt this. I could also bolt Frogmite, attack for 5. This makes it a 2/2, but they're likely going to have another land to just turn this back into a 3/3. I could attack with 1 Visionary and then bolt this. What's better? Attacking with both Visionaries or 1? I think attacking with both is better. Guess I could bolt first as well, but they only have 2 colorless mana at the moment. I think this is fine. So I'm essentially trading 2 for 2 by not leaving 1 back, but with a Boarding Party in hand that I know I can deploy next turn, I think I'd rather just get in there. That was actually a pretty decent Acid Moss. Do I not have Gorilla Shamans? Oh, I have Ancient Grudges instead? I guess that makes sense. I do get to bring in 2 Grudge here, so that's nice. I don't know if I would even want Acid Moss. I could do a minimal sideboard. Okay, they're doing something. Do they attack? Yes. I have a lot of decent hits on this Cascade. All right, let's just go Sprawl here. Name red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Boarding Party. Into Packmate. Take it. Draw. It's a wild growth. Can't attack with my 2/2s or anything. I guess I just attack with Boarding Party here. They probably just trade for Mirror Enforcer. And then I can start drawing cards with Ornament. I'm just going to put this Wild Growth on the Forest. Oh, they're just chumping. Guess that makes sense too. Yeah, I'm just going to put a Wild Growth here, so then I make more mana with Arbor Elf plus my suited up land. I don't think they can really mess with this land too much, being Affinity. Now I have, again, more mana to draw cards with Ornament and deploy threats in the same turn, which is exactly what you want to do with this deck. Prism. Draw a card. Okay, their draw's a little awkward. I don't want to see a Tog. That's probably what they're deploying. Yep. That's beatable, though. I mean, my board is pretty massive. They can't attack. Dino is our best draw. Wild Growth, okay. Just play that. It's kind of free. It even adds mana, actually, because of Arbor Elf. Let's draw Packmate. Okay. Just play it. Our deck does have pretty insane value here. Another Sprawl. Okay, I think I just attack with Boarding Party. And if they want to like trade with Mirror Enforcer or a Tog and sack another artifact, that's fine. Don't really have any other attacks, but I'm drawing extra cards here every turn. I could separate out this other Utopia Sprawl, but I don't think they have a way to bounce this forest or anything, so I'm just gonna keep stacking it. Right, they went to 10. I'm at 15. They have 6 artifacts in play, so if they go artifact, land, fling, I do not die, which is nice. If they attack, I'll just block with a Visionary, force them to sack 1 artifact. Is this a dog foil? Is this the Time Spiral one in foil? I think it might be. Looks nice. Or are they always old border? I'm like forgetting now. Oh man, I didn't move the game log. I always forget. I'll get better at it eventually. It takes me time. I don't want the camera to be too low because if the camera's like down here, if I control a bunch of lands, then it will block my permanents. All right, well, Galvanic Blast us probably means we just are getting flung here, so that sucks. I mean, show me the playing, right? Nothing I could have really done, I don't think. We're just this mid-range deck, and they just were able to assemble the combo here, it looks like. Get to bring in a couple grudges. I don't hate this matchup. But yeah, if they have a Tog plus Fling, there's nothing we can do. I mean, they might as well sack everything. Okay. Fling for 15. I have no cards in hand. Red mana. Fling. Nice. Good game. All right. Grudges coming in. I mean, Athemos plus Grudge is actually a nice combo. So I could just try to load up. I know they played Darksteel Citadels there, but grudging their lands and then acid mossing their lands is a pretty decent way to go. I could go back on what I said and just go up on land destruction, and because I'm planning to grudge lands anyway, and then having acid moss is pretty nice. I don't know if I actually need 4 lightning bolt. Maybe I just cut a couple of pack mates because they tend to have a lot of 4/4s. Could just cut like 1 visionary, 1 pack mate. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try it like this. Couple lightning bolts because bolt doesn't really kill their 4/4s. It's not that good. I want as much gas as possible. I think triple Pulsa Marasa is solid. They should be killing my stuff. When they just galvanic blasted me, it was brutal. I could have just conceded, snap concede, but that was a good game. I mean, we did our thing. We did what our deck is trying to do. I don't. Our deck doesn't really do more than that. Um, we killed one of their lands. We ramped. We played a turn two visionary, turn three Bonder's Ornament plus visionary. So we did a lot. Just it wasn't quite enough. I guess I could have played the boarding party the turn I played the Acid Moss, but then the opponent might have done more stuff as well. So it's tough to say. Maybe getting the boarding party down just to apply more pressure there was a better line, but I felt like cutting them off of blue mana. They didn't show any prisms or anything. I think that was just the play. So I'll see you in game two. All right, game two. We're on the play. Snap keep. Of course, we go down to two bolts. We draw both of them, but we have a turn two ornament, so I'm not going to mulligan that. I really don't think I'm supposed to mulligan this hand, even though it looks like it doesn't do much. I can like bolt a Frogmite. They're down to 5. If they just play like a 3/3, I can still bolt those. But yeah, maybe I'm not supposed to side out bolts because they also are playing the 1 mana 1/1 with Metalcraft. It becomes a 3/3. Well, maybe I'm supposed to keep the bolts, but I think this is fine. They're on 5. But that deck actually mulligans. It mulligans a lot, but it mulligans pretty well. Like, you're going to have to mulligan a lot, but then it actually can draw out of its mulligans pretty nicely. All right. Turn 1 Arbor. We can even turn 2 Ornament Bolt, but looks like we don't need to. But I can cycle this Ash Barrens. Oops, I have to do the Arbor Elf trick. Path, just playing to cycle Ash Barrens, and we do need to draw something now, but I can start drawing extra cards with Ornament as early as next turn. I can bolt something, so this is feeling reasonable here. Okay, there's a land I can kill. I want to draw Ancient Grudge, I want to draw Acid Moss, Boarding Parties, Dinos, all that sort of stuff. Pack mates are fine, but they're not incredible in this matchup. Just because they get a little bit outsized by their 4/4 by the opponent's 4/4s. Just get Mountain here. Oh, there's a Grudge. Perfect, perfect. So I can just go Grudge this. I could even Grudge this as well. Just leave them only on Darksteel. I don't think I need to. I think I can just leave Grudge in my yard. Play a tap land and attack. Because now if they play any land, I just get to Grudge it, which is pretty brutal for them. I mean, I've lost games where I grudged 2 lands before, but it can be rough, especially they're on a multi 5. I don't think I was supposed to kill this. Like I said, if they don't have any more Darksteels, which they can only have 4 total in their deck, they have to play land, and then it gets killed by this. So I'd rather just kill a land than a random draw. Okay, nice. Furnace, a Tog. Could have responded to a Tog, but I don't think I need to. I'm not killing this right now anyway. I can bolt it. And then they'll probably just have to let it go, honestly. This is where bolt can be decent. All right, let's just go mountain. Lightning bolt this. I don't think they really have the luxury to save it. They have to eat their sphere to save. If they do, I'll just bolt it again. And then their board is just Darksteel Citadel. And I'll draw a card rather than play an Arbor Elf. They're considering saving it. I think it would actually be better for me if they try to save it, because then they don't have a draw here, and I still get to kill this. Yeah, they just let it go. Okay. So I already played a land, so I'll just pass, and then I'll draw a card with Ornament. Grudge just killing 2 lands is pretty brutal. Another Darksteel, okay. Prism, sure. I guess they could play a Frogmite here. Yep, another Frogmite. I mean, they're doing decent for a multi-5. I killed 2 of their lands on. So again, that deck's pretty impressive. Draw. Nothing, okay. Guess I can just go Forest, draw, see what I draw. Packmate. I could bolt this, it keeps their affinity count down. I mean, if they Atog, it might be annoying, but I can just hardcast a Packmate next turn. I think I'm going to do it. Just bolt that. Play another elf, pass. We're not doing that much, but doing our best to keep them down while progressing our own game plan. We have a lot of good draws in Dinos, Boarding Parties, Acid Moss, Grudge, Packmates, all of the above. All right, 2 cards left. It's a Mirror Enforcer, okay. They have 1 card. I can still draw a card even if I Packmate here, so just snap it off. Acid Moss, okay, well, just gonna play that. Just gonna Acid Moss and Ancient Den. Again, just try to keep them down. I thought about adding a second Island Forest right before the league started, but I think having less tap lands is good. And like, I still have 3 red sources right now, about to go up to 4, and I only really need 1. So sometimes 2. So I think the mana is actually fine. We're basically a mono green deck. We're just splashing red. They're going to crack Sphere here. Play a 3/3. Okay, I can just trade for that. They attack for 4. If they have a Galvanic Blast here, attack for 6. That could be bad. I'm feeling like this is going to be a Gal Blast now. Okay, maybe not. Well, obviously, I'm just not blocking. I have to take 4. Cycle, if I can click. Let's get our mountain. Okay, I was going to say anything except Forest would be a good draw. There's Dino. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Classic. All right, pass the turn. So if they attack with these 2, I'll just trade for Ardent Recruit and then try to deal with this Mirror Enforcer with like a Dino. They're only on 2 mana here, so I'm still in a reasonable spot. They have 2 cards in hand. They have a bunch of mana now. And now I can even play Dino and draw a card with Ornament. Enough mana for that. Thoughtcast? No. They were looking for Thoughtcast though. I could even try to like double block a Mirror Enforcer. I get blown out by Galvanic Blast, but then they have to use one of their Galvanic Blasts. I think maybe I go for it. Like making them use a blast here is kind of bad for them. And I'm gonna get to deploy Dino here, so if they have blast, they have to use it. Yeah, I get 2 for 1, but if I just trade here, I think it's actually fine. It's kind of a 1 for 1 because Packmate drew a card and Arbor Elf didn't really do anything anyway. All right, I think I'm supposed to play land, play Wild Growth, then play Dino. I guess I can't draw a card now, but I still like trading there. Dino. Oh, I can draw a card because I have Elf plus Wild Growth. Arbor Elf, not a good hit, but thing we can do. Just pass the turn and then plan on drawing a card end of turn here. If we draw more ornaments, we can start drawing 2 extra cards per turn. That's why this card really makes this deck tick. Because you can convert all this extra mana into cards with it. Okay, it's scary. Don't really have good answers for that. I just need to draw like a bunch of Cascaders. I guess another Grudge would be good. To draw an extra card right now. We have so much mana, we just need gas. Okay, that is not it. Jeez. Let's just do what we can do. Okay, there's a pulse. So I can pulse right now, play Packmate. I mean, I suppose I'm doing that. I don't really want to like attack with Dino. I think they'll just take. So I think I'm supposed to, yeah, pulse back, Packmate, play it, draw a card, continue to keep the cards flowing. Gaining 6 is decent versus Fling. So I think this is correct. I'm pretty sure it is. And I have a ton of mana with these Arbor Elves plus my sprawled up land. Dispel? Spell Pierce? Wow. Spell Pierce is interesting. They probably thought we were more on like a Ponza version. I guess they just thought like the Spell Pierce is always going to be dead. Might as well fire it off. I don't think you're supposed to do that. I think it's better just to hold it in hand generally, but I could be wrong. Another Wild Growth. I think I just make as much mana as possible. I'm not going to attack. Just going to pass. I want to be able to like draw into Bonder's Ornaments, play them, and draw more cards. So I do want, like, literally, like I said, as much mana as I can. Feels like a thought cast. Oh, an Of One Mind. Yeah, I mean, they're keeping up with the card advantage. Like I said, even though I Ancient Grudge them, they could still win this game. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 artifacts, so they can only fling for 13 right now. And they can't really attack with a Tog, because I can just like block or double block, and then they can't really do much. So as long as my board presence is decent, I can fight through a Tog. If I draw more dinos or boarding parties, I can start attacking. Could have also just attacked with Dino there. Maybe they trade, but I just don't see that. I just think they would have just taken 6. And I'm one drawing 2 cards every turn, but I guess they do have Of One Minds and Thoughtcasts. I have another Grudge to find. 3 more dinos, 4 boarding parties. I have 4 more Wild Growth effects and 1 more Arbor Elf that are bad draws, plus my lands that are left. I wonder if I have 1 too many land. Thoughtcast, jeez. They've drawn 4 cards this turn. It's pretty insane. If they attack, I'm snap blocking. Yeah. I'm kind of in, like I said, rough shape here. Wow. Ash Barrens is not what I want to see. I'm just going to thin before I draw. Pulse. Right. Am I supposed to attack with Dino now? I think they're just going to take it. But then I could just chump with Wolf and then pulse it back. I think that's what I have to do. I don't want to attack with both because I want to at least be able to pulse back my Dino. Let's just attack. I think they're just going to take, but I need to do this, I think. Yeah, they just take. Also, another pulse gaining 6 going to 28 is reasonable against Fling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Galvanic Blast target me. Okay, they're going for it. Well, I'm just going to not pulse right now. let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 16, 17. So they need Galvanic Blast plus Fling here. That was pretty aggressive, especially considering I have this Pulsamarasa here. I can go like chump, trade, chump. I don't need these Arbor Elves anymore. And then I still have this Pulsamarasa. They have 2 cards left. I don't know if they should have Golf Blasted me right there. They have triple red source, so they're not really tight on mana. That was an interesting line. I guess they feel like they have to do something. Yeah, so they're attacking. I think I just block like this. I don't want to take any damage. I kind of want them to go for it, but at the same time, I think this is correct. Maybe not. Maybe I was supposed to kill this Frogmite. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's only fling for 16, so it's not lethal right now. So I can actually go for Pulse. Then I only die to Galblast plus Fling here, which I suppose they could have. I could just not Pulse right now. Let's see. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 16, 17. So I don't die to Fling. I literally only die to Galblast plus Fling. All right, let's just do this. Maybe I should have let them go for it, essentially. Start on boarding party. Acid Maw, sure. I should play a Packmate pre-combat because I might be able to find some way to win. Cast. I can also chump the Atog with this Packmate. All right, so I think I'm supposed to hit with both here, put them to 1. And then I can just draw a card later with Bonders here. I'm at 24 as well, so I'll just plan to block the Atog with the Packmate. Could have stayed back with one of my creatures, but I want to make sure that like I have lethal next turn if I can. I kind of wanted to hold this in hand just to scare them. Mold of 5, Ancient Grudge, kill 2 lands, play 2 Acid Mosses. Still a really close match, even with me at 24. I mean, Atog is a hell of a card. I don't really have good answers for it in my 75. There's no type of like destroy all artifacts in Pauper. They play a Chaser, sure. They're gonna have to deal with put 6 toughness in front of this dino to not die and chump or trade for this. So I guess they can just go double block here. No, they have to block this also. Yeah, it's looking good for me now. But this game was a lot harder than it should have been. Okay, another boarding party. That should just seal it up. I don't even need to play these, I don't think. Don't know if it's that relevant, especially to play pre-combat. All right, we got him. See what we would have hit. Packmate, and then draw Sprawl. Okay. That was a mulligan to 5 for them, though. So maybe I do want Bolt. I can still Bolt in a Tog when they're low resources. And I can also, they have Sun Chasers and Ardent Recruits. So that's a lot of stuff that I can Bolt. I mean, Packmate, again, it does trade with their 3 theories. Maybe just do something like this. Don't want to be flooded on Bolt. I could also just not play Acid Moss at all. I mean, it is kind of low impact. I could just ignore their lands except for Grudge and then just like play all my pack mates, all my bolts. It's 4 mana for that, and this is at least 4 mana, affect the board, draw a card. And then I have room for all this stuff. All right, I'm gonna try it without Acid Moss. This is probably what I should have done. This is why I don't like Acid Moss that much. This configuration just looks better to me, honestly. I'm just changing my mind all over the place. All right, Snap Keep, we have a Grudge. How can we lose? Now I'm gonna mulligan. Zero land. Easy mull. They kept 7. All right, Snap Keep. I think I just put back Dino here. My other stuff is more castable. I only have 4 mana right now. I think it's just the obvious card to put back. Navigator's Compass. I never liked that card that much. It can help against burn and stuff, but yeah, I just never really liked it. Okay, wow, let's just lead that. I'm not that worried about getting punished by like a Galvanic Blast or something. If they want to blast my Arbor Elf, that's fine. Also takes a lot of their turn. Looks like they're doing that. Do they not have another land? They're also getting kind of low on time. All right, well, I immediately get punished. Sprawl here named Green. Pass. Next turn I can go Ornament into Sprawl. Sucks only having the one forest. If I had another forest there, I could have gone like... Okay, well, now I can do a lot this turn. They're only on one land. I don't know what hand they kept. It seems like it was not a very good keep, but maybe I'm wrong. Okay, what allows me to do the most here? I can Sprawl, then I'm still at 4 mana. Then I can go Bonder's Ornament into Foretell Packmate. I think that just allows me to do the most stuff. And I think I'm fine stacking up my auras on one land. Maybe I just don't need to. One of my Arbor Elves is already dead. I think it's just a little bit greedy to do that. Let's just play it safer, not stack these up, and just play as many cards as we can here. And then next turn I can just Boarding Party. Yeah, seems good. They're just stuck on one land. Again, if they could have just mulliganed. Nice. Now we're kind of just doing it. Now I don't need to worry about acid mosses that I'm going to draw. Just draw all gas because that's why it's Ponza-less. Just maximum gas. Okay, GG's. I don't want to just say GG when I win. Oh, they said GG's. Nice. Always let the opponent say GG's first. That's the polite and proper way to do it. Okay, nice. Nice meeting Tarmogoyf Ida there. Fun playing somebody that I've like interacted with a little bit. And let's go round 2. All right, welcome to round 2. Yeah, I'll keep this. It's not perfect, but we have ramp, we have a boarding party, we have color fixing. Let's go. Let me fix this game log. Nice. I see I'm getting better. They mulligan to 6. Could just lead Wild Growth. I don't know if I need to play this yet. Maybe it's better to resolve it though. Because what if like it gets countered later? I want to make sure that I have a red source down. Fjord, okay. This might be just Fae. Can just Wild Growth here. I don't think they can really mess with my lands that much. They usually can't bounce permanents or anything. I think Fairies is like a close matchup, but I think it might even just be like pretty close to 50-50. We have a lot of big spells and Cascaders, which is annoying for them, but they have ninjas and a lot of value and counter spells and removal of our Arbor Elves and stuff, so that deck is just very good if it is Blue-Red Fae. Yeah, there's a counter. So, I mean, they can fight through a lot of what we do, especially if we can't resolve a Bonder's Ornament. Just gonna bolt this. Any spell I can cast. Okay. Not quite. I could have not shown them Ash Barrens and just played Forest and then cycled Ash Barrens for Mountain end of turn, but kind of like just doing this. Doesn't really matter. So they have a counter. Probably still just jam boarding party. Nice. Especially since I drew another one. Definitely jamming now. Packmate. Sprawl is not what I want to see. Guess I just stack it up. They probably just counter this. They could just bolt it as well. That's why this matchup can be kind of rough. Dino is really where you want to be. Lightning Bolt, Scred. Yep. So they still have Counterspell. Want to try to find a window to resolve a Bonders here, but not sure if I'm going to be able to. Packmate. Elf. Jeez, it's not good. Now they could just counter or kill my stuff. The good news is again that we don't really land destruction here like isn't going to be that good. So it's nice that we don't have that much of it in our deck. It's definitely better just to braid that. Sure. It's definitely better just to have like a bunch of value creatures like we do. A million pack mates. It's kind of annoying for them. A maximum number of cascaders. I mean, we're pretty far behind here, just a little bit flooded. They're kind of doing their thing. They even have counterspell still. But I like playing against these like really good decks. It's fun to play against like these tier 1 matchups. Not that this deck is necessarily tier 1, but it's solid. I know it was like one of the best draws we could have. So they can counter it, but at least I get a cascade here. Pulse, nice. I can even untap this and cast Boarding Party this turn as well. It might even just counter the Pulse of Marasa. We have triple Pulse also, so we have even more value than is typical of a Ponza deck, which I think makes this matchup a little bit better for us. Oh, they countered Dino. Interesting. I'm not sure if that's correct. I get to resolve a Boarding Party. I guess this is easier for them to kill. Still good value. I get to gain 6. That was a pretty insane turn. Draw Dino and cast Dino into Pulse, then also cast Boarding Party the same turn. They have 2 cards in hand. They used their counterspell. Just cast this. Yeah, our deck is just like chock full of value. This is like imagine like a Thermokarst here. If I had to draw a Thermokarst, that's just not very good. But drawing cards like this is incredible. Let's go. Could just not attack with Boarding Party as well. Because if I attack with this and they take it and then they kill this, I can still chump with this. I think I'm supposed to attack. Again, bolt this, I'll just chump with Elf. I do want to keep a clock on them. So our draws in the last couple turns have been great. Yeah, and that was just enough. I think this matchup is pretty good for us. Because Spellstutter is also not that great in this matchup. A sideboard plan, which I don't hate, is just cutting Arbor Elf entirely. Because they have so many cheap burn spells that they get value out of killing Arbor Elf, and they really slow you down, and it's risky to deploy this early. And you're bringing in Cannonade anyway. So I don't hate doing something like this. I lose a lot of my explosive potential, but I'm on the draw anyway. Just one Acid Moss seems weird, but it might be the best choice. I could have one Arbor Elf over the Acid Moss. I'm just going to try this. It's a sideboard plan that I like. I probably do it too much, but I've had success with it. It's also good to have no Arbor Elves in your deck when you have Cannonade, so I like this setup. It just gives us even more value in our deck. Like, Arbor Elf is something that can just be killed for no value. Oh yeah, this hand looks great. Snap it off. Okay, they play Wilds. And when you side out Arbor Elf and then you see a hand with like multiple 1-mana ramp spells, it just feels so good because now you know you're less likely to draw the 1-mana ramp spells as the game goes on. All right, so I think I can just resolve Sprawl again. I have plenty of green sources. I'd rather get another red source down. Pass. So they fetch, get island. On turn 2, they play Ponder. Let's see if they play like another fetch or a land into Ash Barrens here. Probably just going to go resolve a Wild Growth and then foretell a Packmate. I do not need to stack up my lands anymore, my auras anymore, because I don't even have Arbor Elf in my deck. So just tap like this, Wild Growth here, and then go foretell, and then basic land cycle, get mountain, and just we're set up pretty nicely here to just start grinding. Move this out of here. Okay, nice. Hackmate sitting there, face down. We have 4 mana in play, 2 more in hand, and Dino and Bolt. So this draw has just been pretty solid for the matchup. So I could just play a Packmate and get it countered. I don't hate that. I think that's where I'm going to start. They know about Mountain. Let's just go like this. They have to actually counterspell this. Again, Spell Stutter is not that good in this matchup. Just a lot of our spells have high CMCs because we're just planning to ramp. So you sneak in your Wild Growths underneath their counters, and then all your other spells are expensive. So Spell Stutter gets a lot worse. I like to side out like 2 Spell Stutters when I'm on the blue-red side of this matchup. They think and then they let it resolve. Oh, Pulse Marasa. I can pulse back an Ash Barrens, but I'd kind of like to just wait and grind with it. Kill my Packmate. If they do, I'm just going to pulse back right now. Yeah, I feel like they're going to kill Packmate here. Wait. Oh, Frantic Inventory? Never mind. Okay, resolves. Pulse is also really good in these matchups, just being an instant, and you can play it on the end of their turn, and they're like, shoot, I kind of need to counter that Pulse, or they get a Cascader back. And then if they counter the Pulse, then you might have another threat in hand. If they don't counter the Pulse, then you just get the threat. So it's just a nice like instant speed threat that you can play. Do I play it now? I don't think I need to. Just go land, attack. I'm not worried about a Spell Stutter into Ninja because I have a Bolt for that. Just going to pass here. I can play a Dino next turn. Again, no rush on this Pulse. I'd rather save it to threaten bring back a Dino here. All right, they 2 mana draw 2. But again, I think we're pretty well set up to just grind out this match. Double Dino is pretty insane in this matchup. I mean, this card is really good at grinding. This card is better than I originally thought it was going to be. I mean, I know it's just AK, but AK wasn't like that playable before. And now like everybody just plays Frantic Inventory. It's kind of funny. All right, just going to untap here. Again, I'm not in a rush. So let's just pre-combat because I could hit a boarding party. That's a good hit. I might have to counter this because they can always just shred the Dino. Counterspell target ornament makes sense. Do they have Scred for Dino or just counterspell? Wow, look at that. Dino just ate 2 counterspells. That is so good. And then I can just pulse it back. I have another Dino in hand. I'm still beating down with a 3/3. This is just, like when I'm on the blue-red side and I see this matchup, it's like, it's beatable. I've beaten it many times, but it's also like grown, like, oh man, this is gonna be rough. Like, I don't like to see that when I'm on this side of the table. All right, it's just jam. Definitely want to tap like this in case I hit like a wild growth or something. I can put it here, make more mana. Doesn't matter too much, but oh, I should have. I didn't leave up red mana for Bolt. That was a mistake. Got punished because now they can get a ninja going. Wow, huge mistake by me there. I was just talking, kind of saying how good the matchup is for me. Like, oh yeah, it's good. Spell stutter the wild growth. Okay. That's what ends up happening a lot is just like you just end up spell stuttering a random spell because that's all you can do. I guess I do have this as well, but that'll probably get scredded. Yeah, it's just gonna get scred right now. Oh, scred the packmate. Okay. Another scred for Dino, most likely. Man, super punished here for not having Bolt up. Because now they can bring back Spell Stutter. Oh man, that was actually a huge mistake. That could cost me the game here. Just a little mishap like that. Just wasn't thinking, was talking. I mean, they ninja back Spell Stutter. It's bad, but it's beatable. Okay, they didn't even do that. But they could just counter this Pulse now with a another Spell Stutter potentially. I guess I still have Bolt, so that's reasonable. All right. How much mana do I have? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I guess I'm just passing the turn here. On their upkeep, should I pulse? I don't even think so. I think I'll just try to do it on their end step. I know they could draw another counter for it, but maybe now I'm supposed to pulse. Not really sure about this. Should have just probably done it earlier. If they try to spell stutter, I can bolt one of their spell stutters. So they need spell stutter plus counter or double spell stutter here. Counter spell, okay. Well, they're ahead at this point. I'm not going to go for bolt because they might go for ninja, in which case I can just kill the ninja. We also do have cannonades in the deck. But yeah, that bolt, that not tapping the mountain play there was pretty punishing. Do they go for ninja? No. Another bolt. Okay. Not going to cast it yet. I probably do want to kill this. Maybe I should have just bolted it. I don't want them to be able to bounce that and then be able to ninja. So, I don't know. Let's just go. Let's just bolt before blockers can be declared and they can ninja back a spell setter. Another sprite. Okay, it's annoying. I'm out of gas. They have 3 cards in hand. They have not found a ninja yet. Oh, they did. They were just waiting for me to deploy those bolts. Pretty impressive play from the opponent. All right, so let's have them play the fairies here, and I'll just top deck a cannonade and fire it off. Easy, right? Fairies here. They could even have Hydro Blast here, which would be pretty sick. If I don't draw something this turn, I'm going to be in trouble. Scry 2. Land. All right, I think they did the thing. The double counterspell on Dino. I thought I had it after that, but they had enough gas. They just accepted the 2-for-1. All right. I shouldn't have F6 there, but whatever. Augur into Frantic Inventory. They missed. Okay. Oh, geez. Probably don't have any outs at this point because they probably have found another counterspell, but I'll just take one more draw step. Maybe I Dino into Boarding Party into Cannonade or something and they don't have an answer. The counter spell on the Bonder's Ornament was pretty brutal as well. That was a good showing from the Fey deck there. So they scryed top top, and then they draw. Yeah, we're super dead. I'll just take my next draw step for fun. See what happens. Bonders. This is gonna get countered for sure, probably by spell setter. Okay, they did not set out any spell setters. Do I want Arbor Elf on the play? I mean, it's not bad. Could do it. I think Asimos is pretty bad. Also didn't find any Pyroblasts there. Pretty brutal. I think I'll just run it like this. Quad Bolt, triple Pyroblast, maximum value. Could set out another land for another Arbor. All right, keeping this. This hand is pretty hilarious. Definitely Wild Growth first because I want the maximum number of green mana here. Just gonna try to deploy all of my Wild Growth and Utopia Sprawls, as many as I can next turn. I think I can play all of them, right? I do have to cycle this Ash Barrens. There's a mountain. Because my Utopia Sprawls have to go on a forest. I think I'm fine just to go cycle, get a forest. Yeah, I can just deploy all of them here. Play forest, play wild growth, play sprawl, name red, play sprawl, name red. So I can actually dino on turn 3 here with nothing left. Which actually might not be that great. Okay, well, I'm obviously going to do it, but I was going to say if they don't have any permanents and I cascade into like a Pyroblast, it's pretty bad. But now I don't think I have any hits that are too bad. I mean, I guess a Pulsa Marasa isn't great. Boarding Party? Well, I'm just going to turn 3 Dino because how often do you get to do that? Turn 3 Dino, no Arbor Elf. Into Pulse. There's the Pulse I was talking about. I do get to resolve a turn 3 6/5 trample. So they can't spread this until they get 5 lands. So that's something. I get to play this next turn. Obviously, I would just block. All right, let's actually play land and then play Boarding Party. Pretty hilarious hand from us here. Into Packmate. There we go. They can most likely only counter one of these spells. Counterspell on the Packmate. Okay. So they probably have a bolt for this. I mean, I'm kind of in trouble at this point. They have 6 cards in hand and they just answered like everything. Like super smoothly. They're like, let him attack, and then kill this. It's like, sure. Yeah. I guess I'll just leave mana up. I could have a bolt or something. Now they could get a ninja going. So maybe I wasn't even supposed to attack, but I think I'm supposed to just try to clock them. Put pressure on. Yeah, they can get ninja going here, but then they have to tap mana. That opens up a lot better draws for me that might not get countered. So I think I am supposed to attack with both. Okay, they have ninja. Again, maybe I wasn't supposed to attack because of that. But I think I like attacking there. We don't even know if they have ninja. The way that they don't have a land. Wow. Oh, Dino, sign me up. Pretty good drawing the Boarding Party and another Dino here. Bolt, nice. I was lucky. They could have a Pyro or a Hydroblast. They don't. I don't even know if they brought in Hydroblast. I think it's decent in the matchup. All right, they're in trouble now. I don't know if they can answer both of these. They don't have snaps. They aren't able to spread either one. They could double bolt one. but then I still have a 6/5 trample, and that takes 2 of their lightning bolts. They have 7 cards in hand though, and an auger as well. Inventory. Okay, so they're not dead, but don't they have to double block and lose both of their augers here. Packmate. Okay. 3, 4, 5. I don't know if there's a real reason to play at main one. I guess I could draw Bolt. Just gonna deploy this Wild Growth. Why not? So they have to block both. They go to 2, and I still have double Dino. If they go land and double Scred, then they could potentially get out of this. But then they still have to answer Packmate as well. Turn 3 Dino on the play, no Arbor Elf was pretty sick. Sure. Also, them missing a land drop there was pretty brutal. Again, play land into double Scred. They need one more thing than that. Swirling Sandstorm? Okay, I didn't think about that. They're at 2. We have nothing left. Wow, I'm in trouble now. Just like that. I did not think about that. Oh my god, that was incredible. I mean, I definitely was still supposed to deploy Packmate. Even if I had thought about this, I would still have played the Packmate. Because likely, often, or not likely, often they only have one of these. And if they do have like a double Scred line, I want to have the Packmate in play to represent lethal. So definitely think I was supposed to play out the Packmate there. Now we draw land. Yeah. Any bolt I have is potentially lethal as well, but they're drawing a bunch of cards here. Did they have another Frantic Inventory that they chose to not play? Because they want to leave up Spell Setter for Bolt. I think they definitely have Spell Setter. Ninja. Okay. They're making this tough. And they're never going to tap down below Spell Setter, it looks like. They're playing well. I just want to draw dinos and boarding parties at this point. They have 8 cards in hand. They're just going to go to discard, leave up Counterspell and Spell Stutter. Okay, Visionary, let's go. It's interesting now because I didn't play a card last turn, so if they counter this, they could get bolted. So it's kind of funny. Okay, there's a Cannonade. All right. If they go to kill my Visionary, might need to Cannonade. Scred that. All right, am I supposed to Cannonade now? I think I am because I also like kind of am representing Lightning Bolt here. And I want to get this off the table. If they go like to counterspell this, they could die to Lightning Bolt. I'm not going to F6 because again, I want to represent like I could have Bolt. They're playing super cautiously, which is actually better for me because they're not able to utilize all their mana because of it. So keeping this force in hand, as you can see, they're not tapping out to play cards. They're always leaving up mana for Spell Stutter because they're scared of getting bolted because I have this. So they didn't deploy this as well. Like, yeah. They definitely have a Spell Stutter in hand. I could also draw like Bolt into Pyroblast or something. Okay, there is a Bolt. Just gonna pass. Maybe they're like, well, he hasn't played it yet. Maybe he doesn't have Bolt and they tap out here, but I don't think they will. Yeah, they don't. Again, they definitely have Spell Stutter, so I'm not running this out. I'm gonna play an Augur, Preordain, okay? Just gonna hold on to this Bolt. If they tap down to 2 mana and I draw a Pyroblast, I can Bolt with protection. Attacking with both. They have to never tap down. I can maybe save up. Oh, there's another bolt. Okay, that should be lethal probably. I mean, if they don't play anything, I won't. But if they play like an end of turn frantic inventory, I go for lethal here. I think they will. Wow, they didn't. They left up double counter. I'm just gonna wait for them to tap low. They might never do that. Frantic inventory, sure. I can also draw a Pyroblast at some point. I can't actually go for it yet. They're going to counter both of these lightning bolts. They have at least counterspell plus spell stutter or double spell stutter here. I cannot play one of these yet. But if they ever tap lower than 4 mana now, this is so funny, then I can go for bolts. I've drawn 3 out of 4 bolts. They're discarding with 4 mana up. They discard a frantic inventory. All right. They're not going to bite on this. Actually, let's. They probably know that I have a sprawl in hand, but let's just not play it. Actually, I could try to make them bite on a spell setter here. Maybe they get greedy and they want to deploy it. Doesn't do anything for me. Yeah, they just let it resolve. They gonna play an inventory? No. They have to always have double counter up. And eventually I can start drawing like dinos and boarding parties and stuff that they have to interact with. Ninja? Okay. Ninja back Augur. They ninja back fairies here so they can keep up double counter. So they're playing well. I mean, they're keeping themselves alive by assuming we have double bolt. But they also could have used their mana a lot more efficiently earlier if they just didn't play around bolt when we just had forest in hand. Okay, so Pyroblast wins me the game. The 4th bolt probably wins me the game. A boarding party or dino could win me the game. They have 7 cards. They went bottom, bottom. Arbor Elf. Am I supposed to chump a ninja? I don't even know. I mean, they could easily have triple counter up now. I needed to hit earlier or have them ever go for it, but they're playing so tight. They're not going for it. Spread my Arbor, sure. They're going to have lethal soon. They have second ninja here. I wonder if they have triple counter now. They very well could. Okay. They probably don't at this point unless they have Hydroblast. This is so interesting. Okay, they could have triple counter still. Land, damn. I mean, I'm gonna go for it at some point, but they definitely have counters for both these bolts. I just need to take 4 here. I think they have triple counter at this point. I think they probably have like 7 counter spells in hand. I think I just can't win. They discarded Frantic Inventory. Again, maybe a dino into boarding party will be enough. I thought it'd be so funny if they played a Frantic Inventory with 9 cards in hand. There's a Frantic Inventory, sure. I'm at 7. So I can not go for it for 1 more turn. They almost assuredly have triple counter now. Maybe I was supposed to go for it at some point, but I don't think so. Oh no. Oh no. Now they're gonna attack and then bolt me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'll have to go for bolt in response to that. I mean, they definitely have double spell stutter. They didn't even side any out. There's no way. They're in the tank here. If they play Frantic Inventory, do I go for it? I mean, I don't think so. Again, I put them on double counter this whole game. Why would I stop playing around it now? Maybe because I'm going to die on the next turn anyway. They just didn't even play Frantic Inventory. Jesus. We also had definitely a chance to win if we just drew a Cascader at some point in like the last 4 turns, but we didn't. Okay, are they going for double ninja here? They still have double counter up, I assume. So this is still not lethal. 4, 5, 6. Going to 1. They draw 2. I'm not going to go for the bolts until they represent lethal. So if they bolt me now, I'll have to go for it, but otherwise I get to just try to draw a boarding party or something. They have triple counter for sure. I need a Cascader. Boarding party? Dino into boarding party? Pyroblast. All right, do they have triple counter? I think they probably do. I'm going to go to my end step. Just didn't draw it quite in time, I don't think. They spell stutter. Let's see. I don't want this trigger to go on the stack, right? I don't think it matters actually. Just try to bolt. Third spell stutter. I mean, they have 19 cards left in the library. They likely have it. No! Lightning bolt me? GG's opponent. Why didn't they just try to lightning bolt on their turn? I guess because if they do that and then I go for bolt in response, they maybe only had double counter. Good match, good match. I was gonna ask if they had double counter up for like the whole time they were leaving up 4 mana, but I'm sure they did. Like I don't think I had any window to lightning bolt them. I can ask if they're still here. I mean, I also didn't have double bolt earlier, so it's kind of hard to say. They don't know exactly when I drew double bolt. Um, Also, I think they could have killed me faster, but I was holding a forest in hand at first, so it's kind of hard to say. Let's see if they respond here in a second. Great match though. They had 4 minutes left. I had 15 minutes left. I mean, this deck is easy to play. It's just like play out your stuff for the most part. What could I have done differently? One thing that sucked on the first dino when I hit the Pulsamarasa, if I had hit any creature like a visionary or a packmate or a boarding party, that probably would have just been game, but I wasn't quite able to get there. What a great match to showcase though. So see you in round 3. Let's go. All right, round 3 after some long matches. Looks like opponent's on the play and on the mulligan. Let me fix this game log. They're on 5. Are they on mono white heroic? The menace? Campo, are they on storm? Eight trophies. A lot. Oh, Ponza mirror? Or is it? Oh, it's Boggles. It's Boggles. Seems like a bad matchup for me. Don't have land destruction for this either, but maybe their hand's not great. We'll see. All right. What's the most efficient line here? I can cycle Ash Barrens, get Forest, but I think it's better to play Wild Growth right now. Let's play Wild Growth, untap. I have 2 mana here. So I can go add 2 mana, cycle, get Forest, play Forest. So I can sprawl here and then have 2 mana left. I don't need to bolt this turn though. So I can just sprawl here, play another Arbor Elf, and then have a bunch of mana for next turn. I think that was the best line I could have done. I could be wrong. I don't think I could have really done anything else. They have a 5/1. Okay, 9/5, first strike trample. 0 cards in hand, but don't know if I'm going to be able to beat that. I need to draw like a boarding party right now. Okay. Acid Moss does something. I have a lot of mana here, so this takes them down 1 enchantment at least. Let's go untap, play a Visionary, draw. There's a Dino. Okay. So I could bolt them and not attack. But I think I'm supposed to attack for 1. Also, Pulse of Marasa could potentially buy me time. I'm getting hit for 8. No enchantment from them is good. I also might be able to like chump with Dino or something to buy time. Ashburn. Okay, play a Boggle, sure. I'm down to 3. There's a Packmate. That's reasonable. So 3, 9, 10, 11 mana. So I can play both of these. 3. I have to use an Arbor Elf to play the Dino. Sprawl, okay. Guess I name red. And then I untap this, play a Packmate. At 3 here. Land. So if I attack, I put them to 17. I have to put 6 toughness in front of this and block. I guess I don't. Yeah, if I put only 6 toughness in front of this, let's see. If I go block with just Dino here, I'm taking 3, so that's lethal. So if I double block with Packmate and Dino, they first strike down both of them, I take 0. I think I just cannot attack. I'm kind of in trouble. I mean, I'm definitely in trouble. All right, just going to pass. Maybe attacking there was correct. It's hard to say. I mean, I guess could do math, but I can fire off one of these bolts. I'm going to need to draw another Dino here to have a chance. Because again, I have to go double block on this ledge. Oh, I'm just dead. What am I doing? I guess they think I could have a Pulse of Marasa here to survive, but Dino doesn't actually block this. I forgot. So if they attack, I'm just dead. I forgot this of the ability of this. I can't block it. Okay, well, I'm just dead. That's Boggles for you. Let's see. Definitely want Cannonades and Calming versus. Mavuli Asimov actually isn't bad because I can blow up lands that they put all their auras on. So that does something, right? Dino's a little bit slow. Bolt is actually just, I think, pretty bad. I think I want just all my creatures that draw cards. I could just side like this. Calming Verse is really where I want to be in this matchup. I've seen people have 3 of these. Boggles does seem to be getting a little bit more popular recently. Pulse and Marasa is also pretty awkward. They're not killing my creatures that much. Maybe I'm supposed to keep the dinos in and just do something like this. I mean, Pulse and Marasa can buy time, but yeah, I think this looks better. Just 1 bolt. Yeah, take out Pulse. I like that. All right, let's go. Again, Pulse, generally my stuff isn't dying. Let me make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Grudge doesn't do anything. Just want to draw this card, basically. I think I'm supposed to keep. Turn 2, Visionary. I mean, 5 lands. Maybe this is just a mulligan, but I'm keeping. Maybe I was supposed to mulligan a little bit more aggressively, try to find like Calming Verse or a slightly like better hand here. But I mean, this is a turn 2 Visionary. I get to draw a card on my turn 2, draw a card for Visionary, and then draw another card on turn 3. So if I draw any threat in those 3 draw steps, this hand becomes pretty decent. All right, they boggle. Okay, we draw a land, not ideal. Okay, there's a cannonade, so please do not augment the toughness above. Okay, nice, nice. I know I cannonaded away my own thing here, but that is fine. I'm not going to play Acid. I could. There's nothing that scary they can play for 2 mana, right? I think I'm supposed to just leave up cannonade here, honestly. I feel like it might be kind of obvious. Could just go land Acid Moss. And then if it's unlikely that they can augment toughness above 3, and it's a little less obvious of a cannonade. I don't know if that matters. I think I'm just going to play it safe. Pass. See what they do here. But being able to just kill both of these boggles almost assuredly is just really nice for me. Rancor. All right, I'm just going to do this now. I don't think they can have a counter or anything. Just want to kill this Rancor for good. So they just play another boggle here probably. Yeah. Okay, I can kill the planes though. Nice packmate. I'm gonna Acid Moss first. Don't want them to play like a white enchantment like a Ethereal Armor or the Armadillo Cloak. So kind of doing it. Just play a 3/3. Not ideal here. I mean, we kept a land heavy hand, so to be kind of to be expected here, but maybe we strand some white cards in their hand. Maybe we draw a dino or a boarding party. Our draw has been functional, but now we're just flooded. That was bad. Forest, I don't care. Just gonna make them feel like I could have a cannonade still. Oh, brutal. This happens with this deck for sure. I think maybe I'm on 1 or 2 too many lands, too many mana sources. I feel like I'm getting flooded a lot. I mean, if I had a Bonders Ornament here, I wouldn't be saying that. So maybe you just need to draw a Bonders Ornament. Oh man, this is still beatable. They have 2 cards in hand. Could still draw a Calming Verse. Okay, there's a Dino. I can always tap my lands in response to a Calming Verse, so it's just 4. It's just Dino here. Jesus. Could have named black there to scare them. I mean, they have a 3/3 first strike, can only be blocked by flyers, but I mean, I have 9 power now too. Fog? Oh, ran through, sure. All right, they're only hitting for 3. They have 1 card left. That's why I liked killing the Rancor when I could. They probably wouldn't have committed more creatures to the board anyway. Man, this is brutal. I mean, I kept a 5 lander, so what do you expect? I mean, I guess I expect that I want to draw a Bonder's Ornament. The best card in the deck. Interesting art choice on the forest. Not bad. Okay, Dino, let's go. Okay. I could still definitely lose. I can't block this. So if they play another Aura or a lifelink, if they play like a lifelink, they hit for 4 lifelink, that's not enough. They play like the +2/+2 for each other enchantment. Yeah. Whew. Got lucky there. Okay, let's see here. I think we're sideboarded as well as we can. Again, we just need to draw this card and should be good to go. I don't think Bolt is that great. I think Pulse is actually really bad. That should not be in the deck. Weather the Storm is actually interesting, but yeah, I think this is where we want to be. This looks good. Even though Cannonade kills our own Arbor Elves, we don't care about that in this matchup. I mean, if we're able to get off a good Cannonade, that's all we really care about. Oh god, you hate to see it. I have to mulligan. This hand is just not functional. I need to draw 2 more lands / mana sources to be able to cast this, and then I still can't do anything. It sucks. I think I have to mulligan this and go to 5 too. They kept 7. This is just like a turn 2 Foretell Packmate hand. It's just way too slow. Just try to get a quick Calming Verse. Okay, well, we're going to 4. That sucks. Snap keep this. I have to put 3 cards back. Okay. Definitely putting back Forest. What I could do is I could put back Visionary, Forest, Forest. Or no. That doesn't work. Visionary, Forest, Growth. And then just try to cannonade them. Yeah, let's do it. That's the, like, only thing I can really do with this hand. Is just hope that I get, like, a decent cannonade off, and then it, like, stalls them out if they only have, like, 1 creature or something. Alright, Boarding Party, pretty uncastable on 4. But might be good later. Don't make this 3 toughness. Okay, like to see it. Okay, just getting hit for 1. Acid Moss is actually not bad. If they go for like a big enchantment, I probably have to cannonade here. Even if they go for a Rancor, I think I need to cannonade. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Land? Land there would have been so good. I mean, they could have had another forest. Ah, man, I needed land. So close. Okay, if they don't do anything too crazy here and I'm able to kill this and then play a boarding party after that. All right, this is still beatable. All right, now I probably need to, okay. This is still beatable because I get to kill this forest, then they might not be able to cast spells. Okay. So this also takes down the ethereal armor power, and I can cast a boarding party next turn. So another ethereal armor would be bad. That's a green source. Okay, it's only 3. I can do stuff. I can do stuff. Okay, let's see. Sprawl here. I guess I can just name green. I don't need that much red. Now I can go boarding party, and next turn I can cast Dino, guaranteed. into Visionary. Okay, you're kind of doing it. I think I'm supposed to attack. They didn't play a spell. It's interesting. So they're just attacking for 2. Just taking for sure. And I'm kind of winning this race at the moment. Another Boggle, sure. Bolt, interesting. Now do I leave up Bolt? I don't think so. Dino into Visionary, okay. Acid Moss. Do I attack with this Visionary? Yeah. I think I got this. Mold a 4 into Cannonade. Oh no. Okay, I mean, this is still beatable. They have an 11-on first strike, but they're at 12. So even if I attack with, oh, they're attacking? This doesn't have trample. They're just hoping I don't block. Now they're just dead, right? This does count each enchantment on the battlefield, which counts mine, but nothing I can do about that. Packmate. Okay, let's see. So if I attack with all, they chump here. They take 8. They go to 4. Oh no. All right, so I just start with a Packmate, I think. Then I can still Acid Moss a Forest and still have chump blockers back. But I want to have the potential to be able to double bolt here. Acid Moss. So I can go attack with just Dino, or I can attack with Dino and Boarding Party, and just leave one blocker back. And then I could die to some trample effect though. But if I kill Forest, it's pretty unlikely. I guess they could have a Rancor, but they'd have to draw it. This is pretty tough here. I mean, if I just attack with Dino, I should still have lethal next turn, right? Is there any reason to not attack with Boarding Party? They have to chump. So let's see, if I just attack with Dino, they go to 6. And then if they play a Rancor, that gives +4 power. I think I'm just gonna only attack with Dino, and I think I can still win next turn. Maybe this is wrong, but I'm gonna take this line. Because I want to be able to cast this as well. Alright. Let's pass. They don't have trample yet. They could draw specifically Rancor to give trample. No. Okay, Boggle. Okay. So now can they not attack? Yeah, they don't attack now. Ash Barrens. So if I attack with all, they go eat Dino, chump, chump, and then I still don't kill them. So what I have to do, I'll just cycle this, just get Forest. Let's see. I can tap like this. I can Acid Moss their Plains or their Cave here. I guess Cave is better. Because then they don't have green mana. So again, if I attack with all, they go eat, chump, chump, and then they don't die. So I need to just not attack here. Now they cannot draw a Rancor because they can't cast it. So I actually have lethal next turn if they can't cast anything. Because I can attack with all, and the most damage they can soak is eat Dino, chump Boarding Party, chump Packmate. They take 3 and then they get bolted. So if they can't cast a spell here, they lose. Triple Acid Moss, maybe enough. Oh, is this another Ethereal Armor? That doesn't actually do it. Yeah, this Doesn't matter. Now they eat two of my things, but I still have lethal. Again, eat, chump, take three. I can just attack. I mean, I might as well just play a pack mate, because why not? And that's Xaxes. Whew! Beat Boggles. I'm gonna go hang with the fam, walk the dog, and I'll see you in round 4. All right, welcome to round 4 here. I'm actually recording this game the next day. I usually record a full league at once, but I split it up here. So we're in round 4, Ixodor 29, and let's go on the play. All right, gonna keep this hand. This hand's not incredible, but we can turn 1 elf. If it dies, we can still turn 2 foretell packmate. I mean, which probably we'll do anyway. We have lands, we have a turn 3 Acid Moss, so not the craziest hand, but I think a fine hand. It's keepable. Don't think we want to mulligan it. So let's go. Ixodor 29, tanking on the keep. Arbor go. Nice opponent here. Mountain. Burn? I think Burn is a good matchup for us, yeah. Nice. Bonders. I think I just jammed that. It's the most mana efficient play. Maybe foretelling packmate plus attack is better, but I think ramping here is actually better. I don't need to attack yet. They'll probably just Rift Bolt me anyway, ignore the Arbor Elf. But yeah, I think this is better. I don't need to foretell packmate at all. It doesn't actually save me any mana. So I'd rather just make more, increase my overall mana count this way. And then I can just as easily cast packmate next turn. So I really think there's no reason here to foretell packmate. So next turn I'll have 5 mana. We'll see what we draw. If they don't have a land, I'm definitely going to Acid Moss. Okay, I might anyway. Okay, I'm going to hit for 2. Feel like I need to just packmate to not take damage off this. Acid Mossing them is nice, especially if they're land light, but then I take an additional 2 damage. I just think I need to packmate here. They might need to kill it. We have triple Pulsamarasa main and 2 Weather the Storm side. So assuming we can draw a pulse here, I think we should be in pretty good shape. Okay, a little flooded. We have plenty of time to draw out of this though. Yep, so they do have to bolt packmate, so we really just want to draw pulse. Oh geez. We're in trouble. Creature? Lava Spike down to 8. Another land. I think we're just going down here because we're taking 4 more damage. Again, I think this matchup is fine though, but our hand was a little bit clunky, and then we just literally drew Bonder's Ornament plus lands, so we just drew all mana sources. Oh, I could cycle, I could cycle. If I go to 1 and then I die. Yeah, Acid Moss just doesn't really do much in this matchup. All right. So Weather the Storms coming in. I think I just sideboard minimally. I think Bolt is fine. All my creatures that draw cards is fine. Obviously, Pulsamarasa is fantastic. And then we just want to bring in Weather. Dino is a bit expensive, but I don't think we want Calming Verse. This can kill their curse that deals us 1 damage per turn. So maybe I'm supposed to at least bring in like 1 and cut 1 Dino because this is expensive, but we also can make a lot of mana. I can just ignore the curse. I think that's better. Some burn lists don't even play the curse, so I can always bring in Calming Verse for game 3 if we see like one or multiple curses or something. But we even have 5 life gain spells now in the deck, plus just like infinite value. Oh god, let's not do that. Okay, let's go game 2. All right, would you like to play first? Yes. Can't keep this. If this was a forest, I probably could keep it, but we have to mulligan. We also didn't have any life gain in that hand as well. Keep this hand. Just ship an Ash Barrens here. Weather the Storm and Pulse is really nice. I can just foretell Packmate on 2. And then we'll see what... Oh, maybe I shouldn't have... Maybe that was a bit greedy to bottom the Ash Barrens, because now I don't have a target for Pulse. I just was playing a little bit too fast there, but... I mean, obviously I'd prefer to pulse back a creature anyway, and I can buy time with Weather, so... I'm probably just going to foretell Packmate on 2, because even if they played 2 spells on turn 2, which they could do, I'm still weathering for 9, but I feel like I can easily get up to like a weather for 9 anyway. I don't need to leave it up on turn 2 when I can just use my mana efficiently. Ooh, Rift Bolt. Never mind. Now I'm going to leave up. I'm just going to leave up weather because they're guaranteed to play a Rift Bolt, and then so now they're like almost guaranteed to double spell. And if they pass the turn, they pass the turn. But then I could even just weather for gain 6 life. So now I just like definitely just passing and hope they go like bolt into Lava Runner or something, and then I'm just off to the races at that point. Gain 9. Thermal Alchemist. Okay. I mean, I still get to gain a bunch of life here. And I can go Elf plus Foretell. Oh, Sprawl. Okay. Let's go Sprawl here, name Red. And then Elf plus Foretell Packmate. And then I'm at 26. I still have a Pulse of Marasa, and I get to draw a card off Packmate. Name Red, 2 mana, Foretell. So we don't get to get our Wolf down this turn because of the line we took, but we did get to basically guaranteed gain at least 9, maybe 12. All right, need to find some bolts. Otherwise, these are going to deal a bunch of damage to me. Boarding Party. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Wish I kept the Ash Barrens at this point. Just 1 mana short off casting Boarding Party this turn. So I literally have no targets for Pulse right now because I didn't keep the Ash Barrens. So that was definitely a mistake. Could cost me, but I have time. I have time. Another Thermal Alchemist. It's actually really scary. It's going to represent a lot of damage. Okay, Weather the Storm. Nice. That's huge. So let's just start with Boarding Party. Anything we cascade into is going to be decent at this point. Bonder's Ornament could actually be pretty sick. Then we can weather for 9. Packmate, I'll take it. Land is decent here as well. Untapped land. Oh, it's an ornament. Okay. Then attack for 9. They most likely can't kill us. So we're at 23. They could go Bolt, Bolt, Fire Blast. Each bolt is 6. Fire Blast is 7. That is actually enough if they have that, isn't it? Because they go ping for 3 down to 20. And then Bolt is 6, 6. Oh no, that's 1 short. Okay, well, now if they have quad spell, I die. I mean, I would have taken this line anyway, even if I had a target for. Okay, they're just casting a Rift Bolt. Now I'm safe. Oh, they're Rift Bolting the boarding party. Nice. Now that gives me a good pulse target that I can get value out of too. Now I can just like play all these spells and then boarding party like next turn. So let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana, and then this basically only costs 2 mana. So yeah, I can go just pulse back boarding party. Let's see. I can't pulse back boarding party and cast it this turn anyway. So I guess I'll just play land, pulse back party, play Bonder's Ornament, play Weather the Storm. I guess I can attack with both of these first. It doesn't really matter, but I could have also just played Boarding Party this turn, but I think it's actually safer to go Bonders into Weather and just Boarding Party next turn. It's kind of weird, but I could actually die. They have 4 cards in hand and triple Alchemist in play. So let's go Bonders, and then Weather gain 9. So when you draw double Weather, it is pretty good. Could also have just left up Weather the Storm, but I think just gain 9 up to 35 here is going to be fine. They're at 5. I can cast this next turn. It would need like land, like 4 or 5 spell to kill me at this point. And they're going to have to start blocking these pack mates as early as next turn, especially when I cast Boarding Party here. All right, that is Curse, but not looks like their hand's not insane here. They could play spell, smash this. Okay. Still at 26, essentially 23, but they have to, again, do some blocking. They have to block 2 of my creatures. And maybe I draw like a bolt or something. All right, let's lead Sprawl here. I guess I can just name red again. Cast. It's a bolt. So I guess I just bolt an Alchemist because it's just better, I think. They're gonna Fire Blast something. I think that's, oh no. Right, now I just attack with all. They have to block 2, and then they take 4 down to 2. And then I don't think they can kill me. Just drew too many sideboard cards here. Oh, they're gonna Fire Blast the Boarding Party. Okay, this is fine too. So they get to keep a Thermal Alchemist around, but they're on 2 mana. I'm at 20 still. There's no way. Searing Blaze, sure. Why are they killing Arbor Elf? Are they gonna Fire Blast a Packmate here and then chump? Yeah, they just concede. It was just too many good Weather the Storms that game. I cast 2 Weather the Storms for 9 and a Pulse of Marasa. That's just so much life. I definitely don't want Acid Moss. Do I want Calming Verse? Just like as a 1 of over 1 Dino? I mean, I feel like it's good. If they just like go curse into curse, and then I just happen to have this, it's gonna be strong. The problem is if I cascade into this. Maybe I'm supposed to just run it like this. Just, again, ignore curse. Just try to like gain a bunch of life. All right, I'm just gonna ignore it. Let's go game 3. All right, game 3 here. Our draw is kind of weird because we don't have any life gain, but I still think I'm supposed to keep. I have a pretty explosive draw with Sprawl and bolts and stuff. So I'm able to kill like a Thermal Alchemist really easily. I can draw a card. I think this hand is just good enough to keep. Wonder if they have like Molten Rains or something. Should probably spread out my enchant lands here. It's nice because next turn I can go, if they just go like a Thermal Alchemist, which they're likely to do, I can go Bolt plus Foretell Packmate, which is pretty nice. Nice. Sweet. 1 second. God, I had to stop for a second. My dog was just whining, but he was just sitting on a pillow comfortably in the sun, just whining for no reason. I have no clue what he was doing. Crazy dog. All right, now this is a pretty obvious line as well, I think. Just get my ornament down, and I still get to bolt, and then I can still play Packmate next turn. Again, this increases my overall mana. This is generally, I think, the way you want to play this deck. First, increase your mana, and then start playing out your threats. Okay, smash. It's annoying. That was going to happen regardless. All right. Kind of sucks because now we actually can't get a pack mate into play this turn. But I still like the line that I took. Of course, they just had the smash, but I mean, I'm still in a reasonable position here. Okay, I can just trade a pack mate or bolt that. Maybe I just bolt it. I do want to save bolts for more thermos, but it's gonna be annoying if they bolt the pack mate. I guess that's fine. It's just I was gonna say leave up a red mana just in case I want to bolt, but I don't think I do. Just gonna leave up a green mana. Oh wait, oh what am I? I was thinking it costs 4. Jeez, about to make a mistake there. Draw. Okay, I can boarding party next turn, so there is a decent chance if they bolt this, I might just bolt this to gain 3 life. Because I'm gonna boarding party next turn, and then I'm hoping to dino after that, so I might not have mana available to bolt for 2 turns after this. But I guess if they let me, I'm just gonna trade here. I want to answer to another Thermal Alchemist. So that was basically like kind of a 1 for 0. Yeah, they got in for 2 damage. Oh, they do have Molten Rain. Okay, I can't really do anything now. Okay, we need 1 more land at this point, and for them to not have another Molten Rain. But yeah, good thing I separated out my auras. I think they usually play 3 Molten Rain. Rift Bolt me. Okay. Okay, Bonders is good. They could have another Smash, but I'm obviously going to play my Bonders. Not siding those out, I don't think. Don't really have anything else I could play anyway. I don't want to play Moonville Acid Moss. I think it's not good. And Bonders is still fine in this matchup. Chain Lightning me. Okay. I need a life gain spell here. Chain Lightning me. Oh, am I just going to die? Totally thought I had this game. Still could. All right. I think the best line is just boarding party and hope to hit Pulse Marasa or Weather the Storm. No, they have a win and they just didn't go for it? They were trying to play around weather. They have double Fire Blast. See what we would have hit. Hackmate. Alright, GG's. Burn player got us. Thought we were going to be able to get that, but 2 and 2 now. Let's go round 5. Alright, welcome to round 5 here. We're against TRM, which is Stompy, a player I know pretty well, so GLHF. They probably think we're on Storm because I've been playing that deck, but we're actually on Ponza. And what about this hand? I think this hand is actually a keep because I can go turn 1 Mountain, and then they're also going to think I'm on Storm, which for whatever it doesn't really matter. But then I go cycle for Forest, and then turn 2 I go play Forest, tap it, Wild Growth the Mountain, tap the Mountain, play an Arbor Elf. So I think this hand is actually a keep. It's not perfect, but we have a lot of mana, and we have like a lot of mana. We have a Dino, so I think this hand is reasonable. They're probably going to be on some Fey deck, some preordained deck, basically. Yep. How did I know? All right, let's go Forest, untap. Drew another Forest right on time. Now we Wild Growth here and play Arbor Elf. And this kind of pressures them to have to kill the elf. Otherwise, we make a ton of mana next turn. Okay. Pass. Even though, like, again, if we had an actual forest in our opening hand, our draw would have been much more explosive, but I still think the hand was fine. All right. So I can basically just play out everything except Dino this turn. So let's go land, Wild Growth here, Ornament, plus Elf. And this is going to be pretty good in this matchup. Sometimes they play one way to bounce a land, but I'm fine to at least stack double Wild Growth on a land here, get more mana. This will probably die. 3, 4, 5, 6. So if this dies, I can't actually cast Dino, but I can start drawing extra cards with Ornament, even if my Arbor Elf dies, so seems reasonable. All right, what you got, Stompy? Oh, is this kind of messed up? Let's see. Okay, that's better. Still getting the hang. I got rid of the taskbar while I'm recording. Oh, and I gotta fix the game log. It's hard to remember every time. I'm getting better. Yeah, fix. I'm trying to fix the game log and the taskbar. They didn't shuffle with ponder. Is this gonna be a snuff out, or they're just not gonna answer Arbor Elf at this point? Oh, I can't actually untap Mountain, so that was probably wrong, but I still think it's fine. So I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can actually cycle Ash Barrens and still cast Dino. Oh, but then I don't play around Force Spike. I'm actually going to play around Force Spike. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. This is funny. Not getting spiked today. Sprawl, okay. Guess I name red. I did forget that I can't untap this, but it's fine. They have 6 cards in hand to our 0, but we have a Bondage Ornament down, which blue-black generally cannot answer, and we have Dino. Okay, yeah. They're just on blue-black Delver. For some reason, I was thinking they'd be on Fae, but their pet deck is blue-black Delver, so I'm sure that that's what they're going to be on, and they're probably going to play a Gurmag Angler here, represent a trade with this. If they have the Force Spike, that's pretty nice that we played around it. Cast down, sure. I'm just relying on this Bonder's Ornament to carry me. Okay, this is Angler, so they're ahead. They have 5 cards. Ooh, nice. They got the Time Spiraled Angler. Dope. Bolt. Okay. Let's go draw. Dino. So now I actually get punished here for wild growthing the mountain, right? Because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana left. So I just have to pass the turn. I can lightning bolt a Delver or something, or an Augur. But I have to take 5 off this Angler. But then I get to Dino. The problem is they likely have Counterspell as well here. I actually want them to play a Delver. Yeah, Wild Growthing the mountain was pretty bad. Let's see, if I had Wild Growth here, I could have cast uh, a Dino that turn. Although not playing around for Spike, but still. Augur, okay. So they're going to guaranteed hit because they just pondered. Echoing Decay, sure. So they can kill this. They're going to do it now? Interesting. Let's just bolt this. And then I take 5, then I get to resolve a Dino, hopefully into boarding party. Also, Pulsar also would be a good hit. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Dino. Visionary is fine. Packmate, okay. Pass. I will try to trade Dino for Angler if they let me. Haven't even had time to draw a card with Ornament yet. Our entire deck is full of cyclers. Exclude, wow, that's a good one. I'll probably try to not play into that if I can. Snuff out, okay. Leave up exclude. I have to just take another 5 here. I could chump, but I can chump later. So they have exclude and blank in hand. So let's go sprawl here. Suppose I name green. Let's just tap like this. Draw a card. There's a Pulsar, okay. So now I have 6, 7 mana. I could tap out for Packmate, then they're gonna exclude it. Sure. And then I get to, on this turn right now, I get to pulse back Dino, and then I almost guaranteed get to resolve that. I have 6, 7 mana. I don't play around Force Spike, so if they do have Force Spike, I get wrecked. I could also just go Foretell Packmate, Pulse Marasa back my Dino like on their upkeep or something. Then I play around Force Spike, 6, 7 mana. I think I like that better, honestly. Let's foretell this. They'll know they can exclude my Dino then, but this is the line I took. I think it's fine. So they have to have counterspell. They don't. Okay, nice. Gain 6 is huge as well. Brainstorm. If there's no shuffle effect, this is like I think where Brainstorm is much, much worse than Ponder. If they have a shuffle effect, it's similar. This is why I just like Ponder so much more than Brainstorm. It's like they don't want to put that exclude back anyway. If they're able to shuffle a land away, yeah, it can be better, but a Ponder plus shuffle effect is also generally just as good because you put the lands back first, other cards you want to draw, and then you shuffle before drawing those lands. It's basically the same thing as a Brainstorm. So like why I think Brainstorm is just a little bit overrated in general in Pauper. But classic or old border, not classic, but the new classic old border angler looks pretty dope. I got to get my hands on some of the old border cards. I was kind of just waiting for them to drop in price a little bit. The set just came out. You wait like a week, it drops, and then eventually they start going back up. But I think you want to just wait a little bit and then start picking them up. But of course, Stompy's best friends with Angler, so of course they're gonna pick up Angler. If they attack for 5, I'm just gonna take it. Definitely, again, made a mistake on my wild growth, but is what it is. Not gonna harp on it too much. I've already harped on it enough. Lightning bolt, okay. So I can start just by playing Packmate. If they exclude it, then I can still Dino. They know I have Dino, which is the downside of taking the line that I did. But I also got to play around Force Spike. Yeah, see, they let it resolve because they want to exclude the Dino. Monvolia Acid Moss, just such a bad card. I hate Acid Moss so much. Even though I know they have exclude, I could play Dino, or I could just choose to not. It's an interesting line. I think I'm gonna choose to not. I'm just because this forces them to leave up exclude like as the game goes on. I could bold the augur and attack, but I kind of want to block the angler and then bolt it. I can also draw a card with ornament here. I think this is better than playing Dino. Again, we know about exclude, and why would I just run my Dino into an exclude when I can just start drawing cards, resolve more pack mates and stuff that they have to deal with? All right, we're going for this. Block. I'll let damage happen and then I'll bolt. You don't want to bolt before damage because then they could play a removal spell here. So you have to let damage happen and then bolt. Then end step, I just untap this, bolt this, draw a card. Counterspell. Still fine. I mean, that's not one of my like good creatures getting countered, so. Okay, boarding party, nice. Visionary, so I have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 mana. Wait, let me double count that. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 mana. So I can just do everything. I think I'll just lead Dino. They'll probably exclude it. Yeah. Just get so much value this turn. Pull Samarasa, get back Dino. Sign me up. Triple Pulse is like incredible in this matchup. And then they're going to exclude this, right? They have to. So they exclude that, they draw. They have 3 cards in hand. I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana left. Why did I think I could do everything? I can just still Dino though if I tap this, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, just gonna Dino. They don't have Force Spike up here, so it's always better to Dino before boarding party because this has haste, so next turn it's better. Bolt that. Screen kind of glitched out, I think, for a second there. I think these blue matchups are actually like just a reasonable matchup for this deck. Because like you have the triple pulse main, the life gain really matters, and all the cascade spells are good against the counter spells, and just like everything, the visionaries and the pack mates all draw cards. So there's so many things that they have to answer. Get to bring in some pyroblasts. I haven't played Stompy in a while though. I wonder if they're streaming right now. I haven't opened up Twitch today. I'm playing in the challenge right now. I want to see how much time is left in the round. Eight rounds left. Okay, we're fine. Sorry for that. But yeah, I'm playing Blue Red Storm in the challenge right now, and if you've watched the last video, it's not going ideally. I'll say that much. All right, they're tanking on this brainstorm. Another snuff out down to 11. They paid life for it, so they must have more counters. I think they only play one exclude generally. Thorn. Okay, well, this is pretty decent against that. And Delver, sure. They might be able to protect the Monarch here. We'll see. Depends what we hit on this boarding party. Packmate. Let's go. Draw another boarding party. So close, so close. I'm obviously being sarcastic when I say close. All right, now I think I just play. I guess I go land. I could sprawl this, but I'm probably going to want to attack with Arbor to make sure I can try to take the Monarchy here. Is that correct? They get to eat it. I think it's correct. Let's just sprawl here. I don't mind separating out my enchantments, even if it gives me a little less mana overall. Cast this. We could draw the last bolt. Acid Moss. So if I attack with just Visionary Boarding Party, they can go trade, chump, hold on to the Monarchy. I think it's better to just attack with all. They'd have to have another Snuff Out as their last card to be able to hold on to the Monarch. Yeah, they could not block with Delver, just eat this, take damage, but then they're also going really low. This is an interesting block. I guess they want to save life, but I wasn't expecting them to block like this, to be honest. Okay, so I draw a card for Monarch. If I draw a Bolt, I'll probably cast it right now. No, it's an Ash Barrens, sure. So is this Delver gonna flip because of Brainstorm? It does. Still at 12. They're brainstorming. So they played all these spells already. So I could go to double block the Angler. I could also just chump it with a Visionary. I think chumping with Visionary is actually the play here because then I have good pressure to pressure their life total. They also might just not be able to attack with it because if I did take, then I have lethal here, right? 5, 6, 7, 8. I have potentially lethal. I still think chumping the Angler is the play. I was surprised by their block last turn. I mean, they're going to attack with Delver because they want to take the Monarch back. But if I go for double block and then they play a removal spell, that is kind of a blowout. Let's see. I have one Pulse left. I have 2 Dinos left. 3 boarding parties left. So I actually have a lot of gas left in the tank. They're really tanky on these brainstorms. They don't want to mess them up. Makes sense. Right, they are attacking with both. I'm going to just chump the Gurmag here. So they take the Monarch. I go to 9. But I have 3 creatures in play. I can draw extra cards with Ornament. They play another Delver, sure. They draw for Monarch. Cycle this to Thin. A lot of good draws here. Bonders is not one of them. Let's draw. Packmate. Packmate is actually good. I think I'm supposed to play it now. Pulse. Pulse is great. So let's see. If I pulse, I can go pulse into boarding party, but then I don't play around Force Spike. 3, 4, 3, 4, 5 mana. Oh no, I can't. Because I didn't stack these. 3, 4, 5 mana. I guess I can just pulse back Dino right now. Could also just attack with all and then play a pulse. I guess I'd like to see if this pulse resolves. 3, 4, 5 mana. Could also pulse back a Packmate and then cast it. But I think pulsing back a Dino or a boarding party is where I want to be. Maybe just boarding party is the best because it has haste. Like I want to be able to win next turn. Yeah, let's go. See if they have a counter for this. They don't. Okay, gaining life there is nice. So do I want to attack with Elf or do I want to get another ornament down? I think I'd rather play another ornament. So I'll just attack with Visionary plus Packmate. I guess I could hold on to the Monarch by going Chump plus like a removal spell, but if that's the case, I think it's still fine to take this line. Then they have to Chump, they have to spend a removal spell. I still get to play another ornament. Okay, they have a Agony Warp. That was a good Agony Warp. But I'm back up to 15 here. They're at 8. Let's play Ornament and pass. So if they flip this Delver, it's going to be rough. I think they can because of Brainstorm, but they may have not been able to, or they may have stacked wrong because they weren't sure if they'd have the Monarch or not. Attacking with both. So I can chump here. 5, 8 damage. I go to 7. They're at 8. I can chump this angler next turn, hopefully. I think I'm just going to take. They draw an extra card. Okay, I mean, they could certainly kill me here. All right, let's just go boarding party. It's just a sprawl. It's not good. Probably should have sprawled this one because I can untap it. I'm just not learning from my mistakes, I guess. Let's draw. It's a visionary, okay. So I can play that to chump with. Let's see. You can go play land. I don't even care about this acid moss really. It doesn't really do much. I think I'm going to play visionary right now. Could draw the last bolt. Draw land. So do I attack with elf? 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I don't think so, because I can chump with elf, untap a land, draw a card with ornament. I like that. So I'm going to attack with everything except elf. And then I have 2 blockers back. They have to block. If they chump plus have double removal spell, I die. So maybe I was supposed to attack with 1 less creature. They play a cast down on one of my attackers though, because they need to survive as well. Okay, so they're gonna just take everything here. Interesting. Oh, I also get the Monarch, which is nice. Yeah, they're at 3. Okay, this is a close game. This has been a great game. Arbor Elf, okay. Again, I'm gonna plan to chump Angler, untap this, and then draw a card. They don't flip. That's bad for them. Augur, okay. Brainstorm. All right, well, they should be able to flip their Delver next turn, but is it too late? Potentially. They can attack with just Delver, take the Monarch, and then I'm in a rough spot, actually. Brainstorm Shuffle, wow. Do they have another Brainstorm or Ponder or something? They've played pretty well. I had one turn where I could have double blocked Angler, but I'm not sure if that was the correct line. Of course, I try to play a match in between rounds of the challenge, and we just have like the grindiest mirror, like not mirror, grindiest match going on. Okay, Ponder. So they can set up a Delver flip for next turn, but they also have to keep in mind that if they take the Monarch to do that correctly, it's a lot to keep track of. They choose to not shuffle. They're just slamming in with Angler. Interesting. So let's go block here. Then untap. Then draw. They take the Monarch. This is so close. I can also draw my last Lightning Bolt at this point. I have 1 left. I can bolt them. Another Angler. Okay, kind of need to draw Bolt. I have a lot of draws. I get to draw now and then 2 more cards next turn minimum. There's a Packmate. Nice. All right, let's lead on that. They only have 1 mana available. There's a land. Let's draw boarding party. Okay, I think I'm just going to cast that. 3, 4, 5. I want to leave up red mana in case I naturally draw a bolt. Maybe I don't need to, but I think I'll just play forest, play boarding party. Bonders, okay. I mean, I'm going to die to these Delvers most likely, right? See, they have 3 blockers. I guess I can attack with all. They can't snuff out, so I think they might be dead if I just attack with everything. Oh, no. No, this has summoning sickness. But they still need to block with this Delver, right? So they block here, here. They take 4, they die. So they do need to block with Delver. This is so close. Okay. And then I can play out an Arbor Elf as well. This is seriously so close. But, oh, they can... Yeah, so they have to block everything. They could go block Visionary with Augur. Okay. So they eat my Packmate. And then if they have a removal spell, I still die because I need to block both of their anglers. I could also draw a Bolt right here. So Bolt off the top. They're at 1. Bolt. No. All right. Any removal spell and I die. Ponder. Thought Scour. Did they Thought Scour me? Yeah. Augur. No removal spell one time. They missed? Oh no. This has been like the closest game. What a grind. These anglers. This is so close. I have 1 Bolt left. I feel like if they had removal spell, they would jam. They concede. Oh my god, that was so close. Good game, Stompy. Good game. Jesus. That was fun. Cannonade's not actually good versus them. I think I just minimally sideboard. Don't like Acid Moss. And what's my other worst card? Maybe just like a Visionary. Because it doesn't get through Augurs and stuff. Yeah. I think I like this sideboard plan. All right, let's go. All right, game 2 here. I think I keep this hand. They mulligan to 6. I'm on the draw. I know I only have 1 land, but I actually have a lot of mana sources. So I think I'm fine. I can lead turn 1 Wild Growth. If I draw a land, I can go Ornament into Sprawl. If I don't, they mulligan to 5. If I don't draw a land, I can still just like play out a Sprawl on turn 2. Could have gone Sprawl name red, so then on turn 2 I could have gone Bolt plus Sprawl, but I could also draw another Wild Growth or something that I want to play. Duress, sure. So they probably take Sprawl now. I still think this hand was a keep for sure. Oh, I didn't realize I was not F6'd. And I think my challenge match, yeah, is just starting now. So I might have to go over and click just okay in that just to not lose to time. I mean, this first game already took like 25 minutes, so wasn't expecting it to take that long. Again, I think they have to take Sprawl here, if I'm not mistaken, because they have to just hope that I don't function. Yeah, they have to just hope I don't draw land, basically. Yeah, they might get there. And yeah, I should have played Sprawl to have red mana, but I didn't. Could be playing tighter here, that's for sure. I need to draw land also before they are able to like counter all my ornaments, so that's something. They choose to not shuffle Ice Tunnel. They have 3 cards left. Oh, I didn't foretell Packmate. Oh my god, I'm playing so bad. Stompy, what are you doing? Okay, Stormbound Geist is fine. That was such a bad mistake. I should have been able to draw a card last turn. God damn. I have to discard. Just for some reason thought I couldn't cast a spell. That's my mistake. That's brutal. I think I was thinking about the challenge starting. Now they have counterspell. Get hit for 2. Could still win this game. Harbor Elf. I think I'm just gonna foretell Packmate. and then attack. Again, just obviously made a mistake by not foretelling this. That was just terrible. And if I draw any land, I can go Arbor Elf plus Packmate, double spell. Now they have to counter one of those. They have 3 cards left. One of them's counterspell. Angler. Jeez. Well, it looks like we just missed on land infinite. That sucks. Not sure what I'm supposed to discard here. I mean, I definitely misplayed, but I don't ultimately think it mattered. I think we just kept the one lander. We got duressed. We obviously should have sprawled as well instead of wild growth, but I don't think that's what mattered. I think just never drawing a land for 5 or 6 draw steps is what ultimately is going to kill us here. They could easily have another counterspell as well. I guess I could have done this on their turn, but not sure that that's that relevant. Jeez. All right, we're just dead now. That sucks. All right, I think this configuration's fine. It's just jam for game 3. Oh, Killer SCB. I am not doing well in the challenge, so they're not even here yet. So that's lucky for me. They might not even show up potentially. Killer SCB. I know who that is. That's like an actual GG grinder. So interesting that I'm facing them in the challenge. Would you like to play first? Yes. Keep this hand. I think I'm leading with Elf because unless they go like Swamp or Ice Tunnel into Snuff Out on my Elf, I get much more mana on turn 2. And they might not have that. Okay, they do have it. Classic. Right, let's sprawl here. Let's name red. Pass. Just getting owned by the blue-black deck here. All right. Sprawl here. I think I named red again because I have infinite pyroblasts. I can't even ornament with pyroblast up, which is rough. Just got owned by the turn 1 removal spell. Duress resolves. Have all the pyroblasts. They take the ornament. We just are not doing anything. Okay, now looks like my challenge match has started. I have a couple minutes. Ponder. I think I'm just going to counter this. I just have so many of these pyroblasts, and I kind of want to use them. They can go to main 2 and play another blue spell, but I have triple pyroblast. I think I just want to use them now while I'm not doing anything with my mana. Arbor Elf. Okay. They can play a black removal spell on it, which sucks, but there's nothing I can do. If they don't have a removal spell, I get to cast Dino. Alright, I'm going to counter this. If they didn't play a 2-mana removal spell last turn, they might not here either. I'm just going to counter. And if they didn't have a removal spell, they might not here. They could have counter or force spike for this Dino. Okay, they have Snuff Out. Sure. Boarding Party, okay. I think I'm going to keep countering the cantrips. I just drawing lands is fine at this point. I could get another green source, but I think I want an actual mountain just in case. All right, now I just need to draw lands. Runner, land to go boarding party into Dino would be nice. I could also even just continue to wait one more turn, so I have Pyroblast up for boarding party. I think that's actually good. It might just be greedy, but I'm gonna do it. They're not committing anything, so they don't have angler. Yeah, now if I draw a land, it's just like incredible for me. Nice. Got paid off. Now I go boarding party with Pyroblast up. And we hit a good cascade as well, so might just get out of this. Yep. They could exclude now, but they try to target the pack mate. They don't want me to draw cards. They must have removal or a counter for this boarding party. Are they going to exclude it? Hydroblast. Okay, makes sense. They have 3 cards in hand. I have 2. One of them's a land and one of them's a dino. But I can play around 4 spike. I think I'm supposed to separate these out at this point. Still get to play around 4 spike here. Visionary is not bad because it cycles. Both our clocks are getting low here. I guess I could have left up green mana. Got kind of punished there. 2 cards. I wonder if I go for the double block. I think I have to mulligan this. I don't want to. It sucks that I can't show that for my challenge video, but I'm kind of double queuing here. Okay. They play a Stormbound Geist and pass. Interesting. I could just attack with my packmate, and then if they block, I get to just bolt this. If they don't, they're at 12. I think I'm supposed to attack with packmate. I could attack with both. Kind of like that. They're going to block one, I'm going to bolt. They might counter, but I think I go for the 2 for 1. Just get Angler out of there. All right, well, I get 2 for 1. Sucks. But it makes my future draws better as well. They had to use their counter spell. They mill a Gurmag Angler. They're at 10, I'm at 20. They attack for 2, or they're attacking for 7. Okay, it's kind of a bad sign. They might have another play here. They have 1 card left. We draw a land. I think I'm going to attack with both. I don't think I want to chump yet. I could chump Gurmag this turn, but I think I'm supposed to attack. Just going to pass. I will Cyclone Ashburns end of turn. I don't really care too much about the challenge just because I'm not doing that well in it right now, so I'm willing to eat some of my clock there. I don't really care. All right. I need to draw something. It's just thin. Just improve our percentage points slightly to draw a card. All right. I can't attack with both, actually. Could attack with 1. It's pretty greedy, but I think I need to try to do something. Can try to chump next turn. All right. I died to a lot of things here. Wow, they're just letting me chump. They have 3 cards in hand. All right. I'm going to go for the win if I can. Land. I'm going for it. I mean, I guess I can just go for it now. GG's. They got me. Good game, Stompy. Fun match, super close. Ended up 2-3 in the league. Come on, let me just chat. Wasn't quite able to get there. I think I misplayed slightly. Obviously, in game 2 was rough, but good match. Rough result in the league. My channel, youtube.com/snapbolt. Thanks so much for watching. Till next time. Peace.